Alright, we're about 3 weeks into August. Just made a surprising discovery. Never did want to let the goats in here because I was afraid they'd ruin the asparagus, but they are quite selectively eating the morning glory and weeds from in between the asparagus. Haven't seen them eat an asparagus yet. Doing a little bit of weeding. Pretty soon this stuff is all going to die back. Just realized I don't think I've ever shown you guys the up close of this. This is what the asparagus patch looks like after you let the asparagus go for this season. We haven't harvested any of this stuff, so this is all first year growth. You let it all go to fern like this. Each crown, and you can see it, distinctive crowns there. They've been shooting up 5, 6, 7, or 8 different stalks going to fern like this. In a normal harvest season, you would pick those one at a time as they come up and sell them or eat them. This first season and most of the second season, you let it go to fern. So the rootstock gets pretty strong. But I was watching the goats for Brett and Kelsey, and I find that they're doing as much weeding as I am in between the asparagus fronds, so that's good. This is the result of my guinea bin. It's kind of enclosed in with chicken wire now because tomorrow I'm bringing the baby guineas up. They are going to stay in that little mini bin for another week before I let them out to roam around this bin. And then in about 4 weeks, I'm going to take this chicken wire off and let them come and go out of the bin as they feel like it. The veggies are pretty much past prime, letting a few of them come in for seed. Herbs are still coming in for my teas. And the bees are still coming in strong. I don't think the goats have met the bees yet, so we'll see how that goes. And this is, I have 3 tea plants. Tea as in, they're actually camellias, but that's what you grow for tea. Gotta do some weeding in there too. Alright, it is the end of August. All 16 keats are still alive. They're in their guinea bin now. They're all over it. I was thinking I'd have a couple of weeks before they'd start roosting, but they're actually flying pretty good. Still got them cooped in there with chicken wire though. Probably going to leave that for the next I don't know, maybe a week or so. I may let them out once and herd them back in a couple of times so they know that that's home. Asparagus is still doing good. Ferns are 4 to 5 feet tall. Bees I think are coming out of here tomorrow. And I'll probably put a rabbit hutch in their place. And I discovered a new guy in the patch. Looks like he got stuck in there. Let me let him out. He can come out if he wants. So that's what we got so far. Going to start putting out a call for help with weeding. Going to make some new trellises for next year. And then I'm going to be just focusing on the guineas for a little bit. Alright, this is the end of August. All 16 guinea keats are still with me. I had 2 of them out of the guinea bin this morning. Damn if I know how they got out. One went right back in. The other one's been up in the top of the trees for the last couple of hours, but he finally came back. So I think they're finally imprinted on the coop. Got a couple of high roosts where they hang out a lot. and a ramp going up to a door to a high roost here. And I took off all the chicken wire so they can now roost on the door. They're still pretty young, so I know they can get out. Not too damn sure they can get back in, so I'm going to leave the door open for them and let them have at it. Big day for the guineas. In the middle of making a compost bin for some of their litter as well as grass clippings out of here. And just did some weeding of the vegetables. Asparagus is doing well. And that's it. So I'll come back most evenings, make sure they got water and food, and see how many I'm losing. They can fly, but apparently they prefer walking, so they got run of this entire, I'll call it the asparagus cage. But they can get out if they want to. It's been too hot to do any real work last couple of days, so I've been dicking around with my well house. A little sign for reminding me when the Keats were born, when the spring harvest is going to be. Been doing a little work on a new project back here. This is going to be my summer kitchen. It's going to be a three-sided structure that's going to eventually hold my reach-in cooler for the asparagus harvest. Picnic table come under the shelter over here in the shade. Oh, double sink. The coal stove, a little hot water system I'm going to rig up. It's going to work in this little area in here. Set up some new targets for a little later on. That's where I've been hanging out lately. A little follow-up. This is the same evening. They seem to be enjoying their outside porch now. It's kind of a guess whether or not they'd be able to get up there and use it. But you know, within a couple of hours they found it. One of them got out again, couldn't get back in, had to let them back in again. So they're kind of stupid. They can get out, doesn't know how to get back in. And then the purpose of it is that they come back at night, because in there is where I feed them. They got fresh water and food, a little bit of a fan if it gets too cold or it gets too hot. And they got some automatic waterers over there. Don't know if they're using that yet. Haven't seen them.